Hi everybody, good afternoon and I welcome all of you to the NABARD Grade A Current Affairs series that is going on for the NABARD Grade A 2026 examination, alright? And as you must have already know, or if you are for the very first time attending the session, so in these sessions we cover the generic current affairs that are related to ARD, from where objective question, multiple choice questions can be made, descriptive answer writing can be beautified if you know these points, and finally to have a generic information like how the agriculture sector performing in India, right? So on that cases, for that we come up with these classes, and today we have come up with three important news. So EPEDA has recently exported some of the products from different parts of the state. Basically there were three news. One was related to millet, second was related to lychee, and third were related to mangoes. I clubbed them into one news only because all were related to EPEDA. Okay. So in general, if we see, so 3, 4, 5 news are there, but one I have clubbed together. Then Oilseed Kisan Mitra, this is an app that has been launched. Okay, up from examination point of view, in examination directly, if you look at last year paper also, directly it has been asked that EPEDA has sent consignment of fortified fortified rice to Papua Guinea from which state? So means there are chances that such questions can be asked. Secondly, we know that apps, programs, okay, all these things are very important for NABARD, and hence we are covering this news. And finally, India targets USD 30 billion seafood export. So here, this news as such, like it's not that important, but yes, there are a lot of data points that are there which you can use. All right, so that is why we are going to cover them one by one, starting off with the news. Okay, तो बेसिकली एपेडा क्या है आपके एपेडा जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है ठीक है इट डील्स विद व्हाट इट डील्स विद द एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ योर एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस और उसके साथ साथ जो आपके बेकरी प्रोडक्ट्स है उनके लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल होती है ठीक है सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द फुल फॉर्म सो एपेडा इट स्टैंड्स फॉर एग्रीकल्चरल एंड ए फॉर agricultural okay and processed food products export development authority ठीक है so this works for what as I said before that for the it works. Okay, so it works for what purpose? It works to promote and provide a international platform to the people. ठीक है तो तीन अभी गए हैं प्रोडक्ट्स कौन कौन से गए हैं फर्स्ट गया है आपका फर्स्ट गया है आपका मिलेट फंक्शनल फूड अब मिलेट वी ऑल नो ठीक है मिलेट फंक्शनल फूड का क्या मतलब है जैसे रेडी टू कुक बनाना जैसे रेडी टू कुक डोसा होता है रेडी टू कुक उत्तपम एंड ऑल दैट दीज थिंग्स आर देयर राइट तो मिलेट functional food means some ready to cook foods that are available in the market but millet जिसमें use हो those products have been sent from Karnataka then GI tag Tezpur lychee from Assam so GI tag का means geographical indication this tag means what that particular item is unique to that particular place and because of that when anything has a GI tag it has more value in the market so GI tag तेजपुर लीची कहाँ को बिलोंग करती है असम वहां से गई है आम्रपाली मैंगोज कहाँ से झारखंड से गए हैं ठीक है देन वेयर दे हैव गॉन ठीक है तो कर्नाटका से दोज मिलेट फंक्शनल फूड्स दे वेंट टू न्यूजीलैंड ठीक है तेजपुर लीची वेंट टू वेयर इट वेंट टू दुबई एंड देन लास्टली वी हैड आम्रपाली मैंगोज फ्रॉम झारखंड दे वर सेंट टू यूनाइटेड किंगडम इसमें बस इतना ही याद करना है इससे ज्यादा इसमें याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है नेक्स्ट इज ऑयल सीड किसान मित्र ठीक है तो ऑयल सीड किसान मित्र इज अ इंडियाज फर्स्ट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इंडियाज फर्स्ट नेशन वाइड व्हाट्सएप बेस्ड एआई एडवाइजरी सर्विस फॉर व्हाट फॉर ऑयल सीड फार्मर्स ठीक है we know that currently we are quite dependent on the foreign countries for oilseed import okay so it's a good initiative from your ICR Indian Institute of Oilseed Research it is where it is in Hyderabad ठीक है so why because of this because you know people farmers are still not very used to how to grow oil seeds so they must be having a lot of questions right and every stage of performing an agriculture activity in the oil seed farm they might have some confusion right so this is a WhatsApp AI based service so in this what will happen it's a multilingual app means it's a multilingual service please keep in mind WhatsApp mein hi there will be you know like an account where you can ask this question there is not a separate app for it it is there in WhatsApp only WhatsApp based AI advisory service hai so basically in this what will happen um, in this basically the farmer they can ask any question and then they can get their answer the answers in their native language okay so it's a good initiative right then we have next what it is a research based advisory service for oilseed farm okay I hope you have gotten now the idea and Apart from that, it was launched in this year only, 2026 only, so it's a good thing. Okay, farmers access the service through WhatsApp without downloading any separate app, so it will be easier for farmer, and it is multilingual, can be worked 24 into 7, so whatever query the farmers have, they can ask them. Okay, chatbot provides guidance of what on variety selection, which variety is best suited as per the climatic conditions, crop management, pest and disease control, irrigation, post harvest practice and seed availability, इन सब के लिए काम करेगा. ठीक है, and farmers can ask questions in any Indian language as of now, तो it's been said, and receive instant advisory free of cost. ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीजें हैं. Next है last news that we have. So yes, today it's a bit slow, it's a short session because you know, the news were like such. ठीक है, I'll take up the questions at the end. I can see there are some questions. Yes, yes, you can ask any questions, I'll answer them at the end of the session. ठीक है, finally coming to India's target USD 30 billion seafood export. ठीक है, तो recently Department of Commerce, ठीक है, because we are focusing on the blue economy, ठीक है, we are focusing on the resources that we have underwater. ठीक है, so workshops and meetings, they keep on happening for this sector. So Department of Commerce has organized 2-day national workshop on seafood export in Visakhapatnam, okay, recently. Workshop focused on what? To increase the seafood export through value addition. अब value addition means क्या हुआ? अब जैसे you are just selling frozen fish currently, right? But you can sell them in a fish cutlet form, fish fingerling form, and canned fish form, right? So because value added का meaning क्या होता है? That these fetch better market rates. ठीक है, so we can go now for a value addition, right? Seaweed sector mein, like we can make some value added products out of it, right? So that it has more value and more you know, money can be fetched from the market. Okay, sustainability, market access, innovation and infrastructure, all things will be taken care of. Infrastructure means usually going for cold chain value, right? Cold chain means what? That wherever you are storing or whatever transport you are using, there is proper temperature control system, because these are perishable items, they perish very easily, right? And when we reduce the temperature, because of that the shelf life increases, because a lot of microbes are not able to sustain to that atmosphere. Along with that, the respiration rate reduced to very large extent, and also the metabolic activities are also stalled, right? So that is why infrastructure development we have to do. ठीक है, अभी इसमें जो data points थे, let's look at that. India's marine product export has increased by nearly how much? By around 70% of value terms in last 10 years. ठीक है, India currently accounts for how much of global seafood trade? So it's an important data point. So how much we have? 4% of the overall seafood trade, global seafood trade we are doing. ठीक है, government have set up a class to achieve how much in the next 5 years, means what target they have achieved, means they have target they have set for themselves, so that is USD 30 billion. ठीक है, India's seafood export reach around USD 8.46 billion as of now, and we will look at it. ठीक है, frozen shrimp continue to be India's leading seafood export item. So we have, I think we have learned this a million of times, that frozen shrimp is number one and second is frozen shrimp, right? I'm sorry, frozen fish, right? India's fish production has increased to nearly 198 lakh in 24-25. ठीक है, इसके अलावा what was discussed in the workshop? So workshop focused on value addition, branding of the produce, ठीक है, quality improvement and diversification of export markets, means exploring more and more markets for the farmers, right? अभी FTA free trade agreement में we have 38 countries, right? So to explore more and more markets. ठीक है, it also discussed traceability system, right? Whatever, you know, whatever export we are doing, proper traceability system, that it is reaching to the market, right, in its full potential or not, that's important. Sustainable certification, compliance with international standards, so that because a lot of items, just if I talk about especially the masala that are you know, consumed in India, those are all banned in USA because of lot of a lot of impurities or adulteration in that, right? So so that our fish market does not face such things, right? And our farmers can have the profit. That is why we have to have compliance with the international standards, as well as sustainable certification. If we have, we can show it during the export, right, that we are following all the standards. Okay, stakeholder discuss about the need of better cold chain infrastructure. We have already talked about. Logistic means proper transportation facilities available. It should not be like that facilities are available only for half of the produce, or maybe like, you know, lesser number of logistic available, and there is more production production and processing facility. A possible production linked incentive framework, ठीक है, ये all these were discussed, ठीक है. Disease management, rising input cost, fish meal availability, so that more and more work can be done, and high value sources in Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep are already existing, how to utilize them. And also emerging areas in your seafood sector, now just not restricting to the shrimps or your fish or etc., but like seaweed, ornamental fisheries. Ornamental fisheries means like aquarium fishes, right? Those are all beautiful in nature and those are not consumed, right? Those are there for the showcase purpose. Those are not ornamental fisheries. So discussion was also done that not only, we focus on the seafood, but we can also grow in the ornamental fisheries. Cold water fisheries and trout farming were also discussed. Okay, cold water fishery क्या हुआ? Basically some fish they prefer cold environment, those are cold water fisheries. Then some warm environment, so usually जो आपके southern region में, mid and southern region में, those are your warm water fishes, but those belonging to Himalayan regions, those are your cold water fisheries. All right. So that was all in this particular video. Next is, as per the 26, let's do some question. EPIDA facilitates first ever botanical infused ready to cook millet functional from which state to New Zealand? So see, the correct answer over here is your B, Karnataka. Coming to next news or question, Oilseed Kisan Mitra is developed by which institute? So basically it has been developed by Indian Institute of Oilseed Research and it is in Hyderabad. Please keep that in mind. Question number 3, as per the June 2026, which product continues to be India's leading seafood export item? I think by now it should be learned by heart that it is your frozen shrimp. Next, the Department of Commerce organized a 2-day national workshop on seafood export in which country? So this was organized in your Vishakhapatnam, and this is a homework question for you all. I have made it statement based, but because in phase 2 statement based questions are also asked. So that is all in this particular video. Any upcoming NABARD classes? Rohit, yeah, definitely we will come up with that, but like currently there's no schedule that is there. Rohit, questions will be taken, but at the end, okay? Because first we explain, everything. For the first reason for the live classes is to discuss the news, so we do that, and then at the end we take up the questions. Vishal ma'am, from which months to cover agri news tab? वैसे 6 months बिफोर एग्जाम होता है, ठीक है. सो अभी I would say you can wait for a month or two, you can wait for notification, because agri news are anyway not so much hectic. Even once the notification is out, you would then know what are the 6 months and it will be easier for you to cover. Okay, so that is all in this video. Thank you everybody for watching. I wish you all the very best for your preparation. Thank you.